So I saw Cats again on Broadway on January 26th, the Thursday before BroadwayCon. So I've seen Cats before in costume, and it was kind of a mixed experience, and I said I'd never do it again. I originally was going to get tickets for during the con, one of the evenings, but I instead decided to do it the day before so that I wouldn't have any worries about missing anything. But so originally the plan was I was going to go in costume because I wouldn't have time to change out of it and to take all the makeup off. So it was kind of just a necessary thing. But then when I changed the day, I asked around what people thought. I called the theater. I talked to a lot of different people. I talked to the box office guy, and everyone said, do it. It was overwhelmingly unanimous. Do it. Go see Cats in costume. So I did. And it was an extremely positive experience, surprisingly. I thought it was going to be weird and awkward like that first time, but it wasn't. It was wonderful. So I actually filmed my initial reaction right when I got back to the hotel room after seeing Cats. So I'm going to play some of that for you and show you some photos. Oh my goodness. I'm still Alexander Hamilton. I just got back from Cats, and before I forget, I just want to film just my initial reaction and response to the experience. One of the security guards took a photo with me before they let us in, and then so I go to buy some merch, and some guy that works there, I don't know who he was, but he was like in a bow tie and a very nice outfit, said, "We were taking bets as to what your character's called." And I said, "Oh, well, it's Alexander Hamilton." It's like, "Oh, I didn't even think of that one." And so then I got some merch. I went to my seat, threw my stuff down, went to the restroom, got some beer, and talked to people there. Talking to everybody. Everyone wants to talk to me. And so then I get to my seat. I'm really excited. And so the show starts. And fourth row, aisle seat for Cats is like the only way to do it. It is amazing. Absolutely breathtaking experience. Some cats sort of noticed me at the beginning, but not too many. But then when it's Rum Tum Tugger song, Tyler, oh my gosh, amazing. But kind of squinting a little, I could tell. He said he thinks he needs contacts. Anyways, he comes down for the photo. And like he doesn't see me right away, but then he's like having everybody do a wave, right? And I'm like standing up next to him, and he turns and he goes, and then like, "A cat!" And then so they do the photo, and then he goes, "Love it." And so from then on, pretty much everyone kept recognizing me and very much in character, like Victoria specifically near the end did like a double take twice and saw me. Oh, and like some of them, especially as it got to the end, because I'm sure they like talked about it at intermission. So intermission, I go on stage to meet Old Deuteronomy. When I went to meet Old Deuteronomy, I bowed and I said, "Oh, cat," which is obviously what you do when you meet a cat that's in the song. And then he says, "You're one of us." And he was very excited to see another cat, and I like nuzzled up, and it was quite wonderful, and I got a great photo. And I started crying as soon as, like, before the end of the overture. But I was crying the whole time. I was worried I was going to cry my makeup off. You can probably see some tear stains, actually, if you look close enough. Stage adored it. Everyone I talked to commented on this, asked the character name. Tyler Haynes even said that they were calling me the Blankenbuehler cat backstage, because Andy choreographed and all that, yeah. And so it was wonderful. It was a success. I absolutely, completely worth the ticket price and the initial worries about doing this in public. And I made some friends too while I was stage touring, because Cats fans are wonderful, and I'm very excited for BroadwayCon. BroadwayCon's tomorrow! Woo! Okay, one thing I didn't mention was during the addressing of Cats, Tyler Haynes is right in like the center, downstage center, Rum Tum Tugger. And because he had noticed me from before and they were talking about me during intermission, he locked eyes with me. So he's singing and he's staring at me, and I kind of did this thing with my eyebrows, like, "You're looking at me?" Like, you know? And then he kind of goes, like, "Yes, I'm looking at the only other cat in the audience. Cars. What do you mean? What am I looking? You know, like, and you know, he didn't look at me for the entire song because that would have been really, really awkward. But he just for like a little bit and smiled at me, and it felt good that like someone in the cast, and a lot of them in the cast. I think I ended up on someone's Instagram. Also, later at Broadway Con, when I met up with the other Jellicles, we took this great photo together where we're doing the skimble lift. Someone from Cats printed it off from the internet and posted it on the fan art wall backstage at Cats, and then they put it on their Snapchat, and then one of the other Cats fans took it from Snap. Anyways, here's a photo. So that's cool. I'll do a mini haul. I did purchase a few things. Not this. This is vintage from the 80s, I believe. I got it as a present from some of my good friends in high school. They found it when they were thrift shopping and thought of me. And there's eyes on the back. I did want to get the new hoodie with the cat ears, but it was $70, so that's going on like a long shot wish list or something. But instead, I bought a tote bag because you can never have too many tote bags. I don't have a purse. I just use tote bags. I should get a purse. I need a purse. The sides are super cute. They got little paws. I don't know if I'm actually going to be like using this outside and around, or if I'm going to use it to just kind of store my cat's memorabilia because it makes sense. And yeah. I'll show you the program. I got a few because that's what you do. And here's the signed program from the stage door. This time I did not film anyone like last time. Instead, I actually did the photo thing, which I never do. Is like, can I take a photo with you? But because I was all done up, I thought it would be super fun to have photos with the cast while I'm in costume and they're not. And then I tried to buy this the first time, but they hadn't had them created yet, a souvenir program. I love these. I love these souvenir programs. It's already like kind of beat up because it was like in my bag the entire time while I was like doing all these things. So I might even get a second one next time I'm there just to have like a nice pristine one. It's Quentin. He's so lovely. He's so nice. Yeah. It's very cool. Have a wonderful day. Meow.